Shalom. All praise is due to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Recha Wadash. Double honors to the elect apostle elders at Great Millstone and Ruel. Shalom to the elect Ak out there who's worked in sincerity and truth and not for vainglory in season out of season. Shalom to the elect men, women, sons, and daughters of the nation of Israel, which are the elect of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that scattered through the four corners of the earth. All right, so I just want to bring this out. Let's go right into it. This is Joshua, the 24th chapter, and I'll start at the first verse. And Joshua gathered all the tribes of Israel, which are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Americans, all the tribes, okay? So-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, right? All the 12 tribes of Israel, okay? That was and slaves in Egypt. Yes, you so-called Mexicans. Yes, you so-called Dominicans. Yes, you so-called West Indians. Yes, you so-called Haitians. Yes, you so-called Argentinians. Yes, you so-called Cubans. Yes, you so-called Puerto Ricans. All this bullshit that you got going on between yourselves and that tribalism and all that. You are all slaves in Egypt, okay? And the scriptures is going to go into it, okay? It says, and Joshua gathered all the tribes of Israel to Shittim and called for the elders of Israel and for their heads, the heads of Israel, and for their judges and for their officers, and they presented themselves before Yahweh, the Heavenly Father, the Most High. His name is Yahweh, all right? And Joshua said unto all the people, thus saith Yahweh, God of Israel, which are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, scattered through the four corners of the earth. Your fathers dwelt on the other side of the flood in old time, even Terah, the father of Abraham, and the father of Nachor, or Nachor, and they served other gods. Okay? Because Abraham's father, they were serving the other gods. And it took your father Abraham and he took your father Abraham from the other side of the flood and led him throughout all the land of Canaan and multiplied his seed and gave him Isaac. So it shows you that the chosen son of Abraham was Isaac, okay, which would be Yahweh Shai in the reincarnation. Re means back, incarnation means flesh, okay? It says, and gave unto him Isaac, Jacob, and Esau. And I gave unto Esau Mount Seir to possess it, but Jacob and his children went down into Egypt. Yeah, so Esau's land is Mount Seir if you look on the map, okay? All right? That's his land. Jerusalem, Israel doesn't belong to Esau, okay? Who's Esau, the so-called white man, according to Genesis 25th chapter, okay? All right? It says, but Jacob and his children went down into Egypt. Yeah, Jacob and the children did go down to Egypt. Jacob's sons went down to Egypt, which was a part of the 12 tribes of Israel, all right? You can go into the history and read it, okay? I sent Moses also and Aaron, and I plagued Egypt, according to which I did among them, and afterward I brought you out, and I brought your fathers out of Egypt. Yeah, you know, that's why we do the Passover of the great deeds of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Okay, all right, that brought us out of the land of Egypt and plagued the Egyptians with all manner of plagues. You can go into it and read it in the Bible. Okay, It says, and I sent Moses also and Aaron, and I plagued Egypt according to that which I did among them. And afterward I brought you out. And I brought, let's see, yes, it says, and I brought your fathers out of Egypt, and ye came unto the sea, and the Egyptians pursued after your fathers with chariots and horsemen unto the Red Sea. And when they cried unto Yahweh, he put darkness between you and the Egyptians, and brought the sea upon them, and covered them. And your eyes have seen what I have done in Egypt, and ye dwelt in the wilderness a long season. Yes, so Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, man, he was plaguing them, man, and he brought them waters down on them Egyptians with their chariots, man. Okay? And horsemen, and destroyed them. For who? For you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right? Jacob's sons, which is 12 tribes of Israel. Okay? Which is you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right? And it says, and you can go to the long season, 40 years, the nation of Israel traveled through the wilderness. And I brought you into the land of the Amorites, which dwelt on the other side Jordan, and they fought with you, and I gave them into your hand, that ye might possess their land, and I destroyed them from before you. And guess what? That's gonna happen again with those Amalekites, some Khazars, the guys that walking around calling themselves the Jews or Jewish, with the black hats, the black suits, with Shirley Temple, all the guys that own the real estates, that you live in your buildings and your apartments and houses, the real estate agents, the small hats, and them Arabs gonna be burnt out of there too, man. Because the Arabs don't belong in a nation, don't belong in Jerusalem and Israel either. Okay? All right? So the Lord said he destroyed them for you. Okay? And that's going to happen again. Okay? It says, then Balak, the son of Zippor, king of Moab, arose and warred against Israel, and sent and called Balaam, the son of Beor, to curse you. Yeah, but Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai wasn't going for that. Okay? It says, because there's no enchantment against Jacob, like the scriptures say. It says, but I would not hearken unto Balaam, therefore he blessed you still. So I delivered you out of his hand. Yeah, man. But Israel, we're hard-headed, stiff-necked people. It says, you so-called Negroes, Latino, and Americans, hard-headed, stiff-necked people. But yet you're the Lord's chosen people, and he's still going to have mercy on you. Because it says mercy endure forever. It says, and yet went over Jordan, and ye went over Jordan and came unto Jericho, and the men of Jericho fought against you, the Amorites and the Perizzites. Okay, it says the Perizzites and the Canaanites and the Hittites and the Girgashites and the Hivites and the Jebusites, and I delivered them into your hand. Yeah, so Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai has always delivered these heathen nations into our hands. And the Canaanites and the Hittites, those are all the so-called Africans. All right? And I sent, it says, and I sent the hornet before you, which drave them out from before you, even the two kings of the Amorites, but not with the sword, nor with thy bow. It says, and I have given you the land for which ye did not labor, and cities which ye built not, and ye dwell in them of the vineyards and olive yards, which ye planted, not do ye, excuse me, it says, in the vineyards and olive yards, which ye planted, not do ye eat. Yeah, so, man, they already had the Canaanites had the land established, which is Israel. But, hey, man, the Most High drove them out, man. You know, and gave it to you because you used to dwell there before. Adam dwelled there, you know. Adam and Eve dwelled there before the goddamn Hamites went up in there. Them so-called Africans came up in there, all right? It says, now therefore, fear Yahweh and serve him in sincerity and in truth, and put away the gods which your fathers served on the other side of the flood and in Egypt, and serve ye Yahweh. And that's the point that I want to try to make, because that's what the elect is going to do, man. And you know Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai was going to bring us in a land again, the land flowing with milk and honey, okay, which is the land of Israel, Jerusalem, and all them heathen nations. Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai is going to drive them out of that land, okay, by nuclear fire. All right, you know, so that's the point I wanted to make. Let's go to it. All you brothers know it. All right, all you brothers know it, but I have to bring it out anyway. Isaiah 14:1. Okay, because this goes right with it. It says, for the Lord Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land, man, which is Israel. And the stranger shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord Yahweh, which is Israel, for servants and handmaids, slaves, and they shall take them captives who captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. So yeah, brother, that's a part of our blessings and a part of our birthright. You know, you got on the No Fugazi podcast, you know, you had Al-Azhar, which I guess he calls himself Gorilla Hebrew too. And you got Captain Tazariak, and you got the other dude, I think is a white boy or not, or whatever. He's talking about, what, it's just based on ethnicity? Yeah, motherfucker, it's based on ethnicity. Okay, that's the so-called Black, Latino, and Native American man. That's their birthright, to rule over all you heathen nations and be on top, okay, of all the other heathen nations, and the heathen nations being on the bottom. The so-called white man is going to be on the bottom. The African man, the Chinese man, the Japanese man, the Polynesian man, the Assyrian man, the Syrian man, okay? All right, the Chinese and Japanese man, the Polynesian man, all these heathen nations, man, they're going to be at the bottom. And Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Americans, are going to be on the top, ruling over them. Okay? That's our birthright. Yes, it is by ethnicity. Okay? Now it's going to start with the elect first, because the elect is doing what Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai set them up to do, following his word. But guess what? When they have the sons and daughters of the 2/3 of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, guess what? They're going to be ruling over the heathen nations too. Okay? So I hope you've been edified. We're going to get our land back. And Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai is going to drive these heathen nations out of the Holy Land, which is Israel. The so-called white man, the small hats, which is Esau, all right? The real estate agents, and the Arabs too, man. Okay? And Israel's coming back to the nation of Israel, which are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And we're going to live in that land forever. Hope you've been edified. And with that, shalom.